By 2020, I will be living a fully sustainable life. Eh? What? Is he going crazy? Is it Berlin getting to his head? Look, he's even got little plants. I also don't exactly know what that means, but I know why it's so important. I know that if we as a species on this planet, and as a planet as a whole, are going to survive, we need to change the way that we live. It's also really crucial that we get started now, and that we don't put the blame on others saying, well, yeah, but our government's not doing enough, yeah, but the Americans, yeah, Trump, yeah. But that we actually start acting. Today, by the 2nd of August of this year, we've used up all of the resources that we are allowed to use up this year, and that our planet can actually reproduce, replenish. That means for the rest of the year after the 2nd of August, we're stealing from the future. And that can't continue. Our governments have taken some pretty serious commitments. The Sustainable Development Goals that are for 2030, the Paris agreements, all of these things, this is what our governments have committed to. And they need us to start acting, and not to just start recycling a little bit here and there, or buying a little less meat. No, to really think on a holistic level, what is it that sustainability really means for me? And I realize this is important for me personally, because this is what I have been working towards my whole life. It only really came clear to me when I was imagining, well, why do I do this support for NGOs? Why do I do coaching for people? Why do I try and buy bio and all this? What's the final purpose? Well, actually, in the end, what I really see, and I know is possible, is a planet where we are all living in a sustainable way. And that doesn't just mean on an ecological level, using only the resources that our planet can renew constantly. No, it means also on a social level, that we actually have relationships with each other, with our society, with ourselves, that are sustainable. It means financially as well. That's something we often ignore when talking about sustainability. Yes, we could all go green and like this, but if people can't pay their bills at the end of the month, if people are struggling doing 3 jobs at a time, yeah, ask them to take paper bags rather than plastic bags. Great. That is not a sustainable way for our planet to be, for our species to live. So it's about developing all these different ways of working, all these different ways of thinking that are needed for us to be sustainable. So what I thought was, we could talk about it, we could say, hey, what are the different ways of living? Yeah, sure, we can, and we have to. But first, we have to do it. And it's only by doing that we're going to develop new ways of living, that we're going to develop ways of being sustainable. So I said, okay, I'm going for it. And I would love as many of us together to exchange about this. What different ways do you use? What projects have you heard of? And that's why I'm making this video, is to get as many people as possible to work with me on this. And I really believe we can do this. I really believe that by 2020, I and anyone else who wants to join me on this can actually be living in a sustainable way. And what would that change for our society? What would that change if there are more and more people actually living in a sustainable way? Well, then we're there. So that's what I want to do, and let me know what you think. Let me know how it makes you feel. You're like, what the hell is this guy? And let's, start doing it.